Medfit Rehab founder Joanne James is a medical exercise specialist. Medfit Rehab, restoring strength and movement, making a difference in people's lives. 647-259-5481. Columbus Center, Athletic Department, Dufferin and Lawrence, medfitrehab.com. If you've been diagnosed with a chronic ailment, diabetes, osteoporosis, cardiovascular cancer, Joanne James, medical exercise specialist for over 25 years, is your answer. Joanne and her hands-on team of professionals will design a customized medically based exercise program for you. Medfit Rehab provides the best in post-rehab functional conditioning programs. Medfit Rehab, Columbus Center, Athletic Department, Dufferin and Lawrence, 647-259-5841, medfitrehab.com. Hi, Joanne. How are you this Monday morning?
I am great, Zelda. How are you?
Well, I love when the weather's like this, so I feel good about it. Okay, can muscles turn to fat? If you don't work them, I would assume they just, plop out there. Yeah.
No, that's a myth, Zelda. Absolutely, your muscles cannot turn to fat.
Oh, okay.
They're two totally different cells in your body. They have two different functions, so it's like trying to convert an apple to a banana or a cantaloupe to a potato, right? It's just two totally different cells, so it can't be done. But what does happen, though, is that, for instance, if you're a person like a bodybuilder, and it's usually the bodybuilders you see this happen with, a bodybuilder or a real avid fitness exerciser, they burn a lot of calories with their exercise activities. They also tend to eat more than the average person. Why? Because they've got to support the activities that they're doing. What happens, though, is when they stop the level of intensity of the activities that they're involved in, i.e. a bodybuilder decides no longer to bodybuild, or the avid exerciser slows down with their exercise activity because of work, because of family, because they get sick, blah, 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 then what happens is they continue to still eat the same amount of calories, more or less, but they're not doing the same activity. So what you have is an imbalance in the calories in and the calories out. So if you continue to eat but you do less activities, what happens?
Well,
you gain body fat.
Absolutely.
You gain body fat because you're eating more than you're actually burning. And that seems to be more of the standard, what happens with individuals like that. So your muscles can only hypertrophy. You can get more muscles, bigger muscles, right? With your fat cells, you can fill up your fat cells more. So when you lose body fat when you're doing exercising or when you're on a diet, you actually lose body fat that's within your fat cells, and they become smaller. Now, you can also, and if you lose it, it's because you've done some form of liposuction or something like that to actually lose the fat cells. But you can actually gain more fat cells by eating more and more and more, as well as increasing the cells that you have, your fat cells. With muscles, though, again, you cannot convert the muscle to fat nor the fat to muscle. But what happens is you get fat between the muscle fibers. So imagine your muscle, particularly your skeletal muscles, like spaghetti strings. Well, what happens is you gain fat between that spaghetti string, and it makes you look bigger, and you are bigger because you've got more fat on your body. When you lose the body fat, then you can see the muscles much better because they're kind of going back to their normal size.
Well, so you need someone who's a professional in the field like yourself who can tell us and help us. I mean, some people just exercise to no avail. They never get any results because they're working against what they need to do.
And they don't understand the principles, because we do have people complaining about their muscles turning to fat, and I always have to educate them. No, it doesn't happen that way. It's because you're eating too much, not enough exercise activity to burn that off. So we always have these one-to-ones with our clients when they first come on board so that they become more educated and they understand what they're doing. And then we design the appropriate activity for them to burn more fat and increase their muscle mass, because that's something that you want to do and that most people, and especially women, have an issue with, which is gaining muscle mass. But it's one of the number one things you have to do in order to look toned, to look strong, and to look slim and to feel better. is to gain that muscle mass. But that's another topic.
Okay.
For another discussion.
It's a very interesting topic, and I'm sure we'll touch on it again. Thank you so much for joining us and always giving us some really first-rate information. We'll look forward to talking with you again tomorrow, Joanne. Have a great day.
Thanks, Zelda. You have a great one, too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Joanne James, founder and medical exercise specialist of Medfit Rehab, will improve your overall health through medical exercise. Contact Joanne James, 647-259-5481, Columbus Center Athletic Department, Dufferin and Lawrence, medfitrehab.com.